So in Canada, have you decided on a punishment yet for the wildfire smoke? What is it? Can you share?
Donald Trump says he has already decided how to punish Canada. But what exactly is he planning? For now, the U.S. president isn't saying. Speaking to reporters during a press gaggle, Trump revealed that he has settled on a response to Canada's wildfire crisis, but is deliberately keeping the details under wraps. When a reporter asked whether he had decided on a punishment for Canada, Trump answered with just a few words.
So in Canada, have you decided on a punishment yet for the wildfire smoke? What is it? Can you share?
That cryptic remark has immediately fueled speculation over what action the White House could take next and whether another major trade or diplomatic clash is on the corner. Trump's latest warning comes weeks after he first accused Canada of failing to control the wildfires that sent thick smoke drifting into parts of the United States. According to Canadian government data, nearly 5.9 million acres have burned during this year's wildfire season. The smoke spread across the border, affecting air quality in several U.S. states across the Midwest, the Northeast, and the Mid-Atlantic. Trump argued that Americans were paying the price. Last month, he claimed the United States was being invaded by Canadian wildfire smoke and announced a 50% tariff on a range of Canadian imports, citing what he described as Canada's discriminatory treatment of American products. The president also launched a blistering attack on Canada in a Truth Social post. We are holding Canada responsible for the fact that they are not properly maintaining their forests and brush therein, and the United States is being unnecessarily invaded by filthy, polluted, and unhealthy air, the quality of which is dangerous and totally unacceptable, Trump wrote. He went on to say he would personally speak with Canada's Prime Minister. I will call the Prime Minister during the day to find out what they are going to do about it. The cost is incalculable, he wrote. Trump also accused Canada of ignoring basic forest management. According to the president, Canada has refused to engage in basic forest management and debris removal, knowing that such refusal will lead to exactly this result. He went even further, calling it willful negligence. Trump argued that the wildfires and resulting smoke have become a recurring problem that costs the United States billions of dollars every year. He concluded that the cost of this pollution must of necessity be added to the tariffs Canada is currently paying. Now, with Trump confirming that he has already chosen a new punishment, but refusing to reveal what it is, the big question remains: what comes next? Will it be another round of tariffs? Will it involve fresh trade restrictions? Or is the president preparing an entirely different response? For now, Trump is keeping everyone guessing. The Canada remarks weren't the only headline from his press briefing. The U.S. president also touched on negotiations with Iran, signaling that discussions remain on his agenda alongside the growing dispute with America's northern neighbor.
I was asked to by Saudi Arabia, by UAE, by Qatar, and by Iran. We were all set to go. It's about at this time right now, and it would have been a massive attack. We're all set to go, but when the allies asked to call it off, you got to sort of say, well, let's see. And the reason they asked is they think there's a deal. There's a deal on Hormuz, and then there will be a deal on the nuclear, or you might call it the denuclearization of Iran. I call it the denuclearization of Iran.
So what should we expect?
We're holding it. We'll just see. We can do it anytime we want. But we were asked by the three primary groups. We were also asked by Iran, very strongly, actually. They said, we'd like to make a deal. Now, I don't know what they say, because a lot of times they'll say that to me, and then they'll go out and say, we don't know what he's talking about. Obviously, they don't want to be attacked. And they knew the extent of the attack because they saw it forming.
What happens now?
Now what we're doing is we're talking to them in the form of a negotiation. It begins tomorrow afternoon, and we'll see if it's true. I'd love to do that. Save a lot of lives, save a lot of unnecessary power. To be honest with you, it'll take many, many years to ever build it back. If it could, I don't think it would be even buildable back. So we had an attack that would be the biggest attack since World War II, and it would have been disastrous for them. And they didn't want us to do it. And frankly, Saudi Arabia didn't want it either. They thought that a deal is imminent.
Is there a deadline, sir?
And the deal is imminent, having to do with the Hormuz Strait, and also ultimately the denuclearization of it. So when I hear that, I say, well, do we want to go and be this severe? Now, there's a group of people that would like me to just do it. And there's another group of people that does not want me to do it.
Does Iran have a deadline to come to an agreement?
We'll just see how it is. We're ready to go anytime we want. Would I rather make a deal? I'm not looking to kill people. Because people die, a lot of people die. And we don't want that. So they asked us, Iran specifically, but the other three said I asked Saudi Arabia, the king. I said, the crown prince, I said, what would you rather do? Would you rather have us do this or not? They said, we would much prefer a deal as opposed to an attack. Because you don't know where these attacks lead. I mean, will they be flooded with people pouring into their country and disaster? A lot of bad things can happen.
Sir, there's a report that you're moving U.S. troops out of Bahrain and Kuwait. Are troops being moved out of the Middle East?
Mr. President, why is the U.S. intervening to support the Japan yen at this time? To support the Japanese currency?
Because we have a good relationship with Japan. We're very strong, very, very strong financially. They have a weakening yen, and they wanted a little bit of help, and we're always there for Japan. Japan's been very good to us, with the exception, of course, of Pearl Harbor.
Mr. President, what is the U.S. getting out of that arrangement?
Financial benefit. Financial benefit. It's also good for the world economy. But we make, like when we did with Argentina, I got criticized, we made $25 billion on that deal. With Venezuela, we make hundreds of billions of dollars. I make good deals. Intel, I made $75 billion for the country. I didn't make for me, I made for the country. Intel. I backed Intel. It's the hottest stock right now on the New York stock, on the various stock exchanges. So we made about $75 to $80 billion. And Japan wanted to, it was really more than anything else, it was a signal of friendship.
You said that the
yen is
anti-weapon.
weakening, and the dollar is doing great.
You said the
The fact is, our country is doing great. Everybody wants help from our country.
You said the anti-weapon. I'm with ABC News. You said the
BBC?
ABC.
Oh, ABC, that's worse.
You said the
I like BBC
anti-weaponization.
better than ABC is.
The anti-weaponization fund is back on the table. What are your
No,
plans?
they don't improve. Look, we have a man named Todd Blanche. He's outstanding in every way. Most of you know who he is. You're not going to find a better person. And everybody, and it's because I backed Cornyn's opponent, and his opponent won in a landslide. It's the only reason it's happening. But I will say there are a lot of people that people were hurt so badly. 22 suicides, they were destroyed, their families were destroyed, for doing things that, honestly, there's never been an attack on any group of people in this country, in my opinion. Maybe there's one group that was attacked violently and viciously, like these people were attacked. And this would be a reimbursement for the pain that they suffered. A lot of people like it. If they don't approve Todd, I put it back on the table. A lot of people like it. A lot of big supporters of Trump like it.
Mr. President, there's been some domestic abuse allegations against Congressman Max Miller. Do you think he should resign?
Well, I'm going to look at it. I mean, so far it's accusations. I'll be looking at it.
Will the U.S. do
anything to address OpenAI and Anthropic's models hacking other systems?
We're very much involved in that. We have a big stake in that. So does the world. So we're looking at it.
So in Canada, have you decided on a punishment yet for the wildfire smoke? What is? Can you share?
We're back on Iran. Were you prepared to hit energy targets?
I don't want to say that. So
Okay.
You can't say
Okay.
that. There was going to be a massive attack. It was going to be an attack that would have been by far the biggest attack since World War II. But they've asked us not to do it. They said, please don't do it. And their neighbors said that too. And so we're just going to see whether or not we can make it, toward the denuclearization.
Tomorrow, some negotiations, did you say? What?
What's your directive for him? He's
Just
supposed
to do a great job. He's outstanding, as you know. He's an outstanding man. You look at his education. He was the head of. Then he was immediately, very early at a young age, went to the head of Sullivan and Cromwell, one of the most prestigious, maybe the most prestigious law firm in the world. He headed up. Let's see. I mean, look at the companies. Look at what he did. Oh, by the way, and he was a great. For 4 years, he was a great SEC chairman.
Do you want him to continue the initiatives that you had Bill Pulte doing?
I want him to do what he wants to do. He's an outstanding person. Everybody wanted him, and he's truly outstanding.
When would you
Nancy Guthrie, the investigation into her disappearance now 6 months long, stalled out. Is it time for the FBI to get involved?
Well, they are involved to an extent, but as you know, the local community really runs those things. And, some people haven't liked the way the local communities run it. They haven't liked the way the sheriffs run it. But we would like to give them the benefit. But we're there anytime they need us. It's a terrible thing. Thank you very much, everybody.